We've got a big info drop to follow up the Across the Spider-Verse trailer. There's a ton of people to go through, and time is limited, so let's go! It's time for the latest news, out of animation! We've got a list of 25 Spider-Men who are confirmed to be appearing in Across the Spider-Verse. These run the gamut, coming from all media and all eras. Let's go through them and share some information on this collection of heroes. To start this off, we have our main recurring spiders, Miles, Gwen, and Peter B. Parker, all returning to the fray from Into the Spider-Verse. You guys know these three already. Then, we have the spiders we've already seen some focus on. There's Miguel O'Hara, the futuristic Spider-Man 2099, who usually fights the sinister cyberpunk corporation, Alchemax. We've got Jessica Drew, probably the longest-lasting Spider-Woman in the comics, who, interestingly, may be from Miles' universe. We saw her name on his contact list. At minimum, she has to have a counterpart there. The bulk of this list are more obscure comics characters. First up, there's SPIDERLING, the daughter of Peter and Mary Jane in the Renew Your Vows storyline. We also have her mom, Spinneret, who is not the webcomic superheroine Spinneret, but Mary Jane joining her daughter in superheroism. From older fare, we have Hobart Brown, the spectacular Spider-Punk, accompanied by Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, who is Peter's clone from the infamous 90s storyline, the Clone Saga. More obscure to casual Marvel readers is Spider-Man India, Pavatir Pabakar, who has seen a pretty slick redesign for his visit to the Spider-Verse. We also have some video game representation. Insomniac Spider-Man from the modern games is immediately recognizable. A bit more obscure is PlayStation Spider-Man from the PS1 era Spider-Man games. Given Insomniac's game is also a PlayStation exclusive, this naming has to be a bit confusing. We also have the Peter Parker of the classic animated show, Spider-Man Unlimited. Standing out more is Takuya Yamashiro, the Spider-Man from the Japanese show that has his own giant robot. Less well-regarded, we have the Mangaverse Spider-Man. That guy's a ninja with the stealthy dress sense of an Uzumaki. Thankfully, we also have this steampunk-themed Lady Spider, who brings some real class to this lineup. An oddity is Captain Spider. Instead of Peter Parker classically, this is a version of Flash Thompson, Pete's high school bully. While he was able to fight just fine, he never developed web shooters and died in his original story. Presumably, this one fared a bit better than the original. A few of these spiders are less unique. A number are simply variant costumes Peter has worn in the past, most notably Armor Mark 1, Armor Mark 2, and Armor Mark 3. Presumably, these are Spider-Men who choose to stick with that look as a default. There's also Bombastic Bagman, a look Peter wore briefly when deprived of his costume. No clue why a variant has adopted it as their full-time look. We're almost done, folks. There's Spider-Monkey from the Marvel Apes universe, Werewolf Spider-Man who comes from an obscure Army of Darkness crossover, and finally Spider-Cop. Yes, they turned that joke from the PS4 game into an actual character. Most curiously of all, however, there's the cyborg Spider-Woman, who we know nothing about. She's original to this film. Could she be tied to the central plot? Given Miguel O'Hara's past with cyberpunk corporation Alchemax, she may be an Atom Smasher-like figure on his trail. Regardless, we'll be sure to keep you up to date with all the latest news out of animation.